Hi friends, welcome to Cindy's Corner. We're going to be making a chicken salad tonight, and a new one for me. I've done it once before and I liked it so much I wanted to do it on film for you guys. It's a Thai chicken salad, so it's got a whole bunch of interesting flavors, mix the flavors together, and the dressing is really got a little kick to it, and it's just really good. It reminds you of Thai food. Okay, so I've got, in my bowl, I've got 2 big chicken breasts cut up, and also in here we have red cabbage, we have some flat leaf parsley chopped, and some spring onion, and then we're gonna work on this red pepper, and we've got some cashews to mix in there too. So let's get started with this red bell pepper, and I'm going to show you how I tackled this guy. Okay, so usually what I do is I dig a hole right in the top, so right around it. We're going to kind of make a circle around the stem, just like you would with a tomato, and that's so we can pull the core out, and hopefully we're going to get a lot of the seeds. So I just twist that, and there we go. Okay, so we got the core, we got some of the seeds, and I got my little compost bowl down here. So I'm just going to bang this with my hand, see if I can get any loose seeds out. And now I start to cut. So I'm going to cut the whole thing in half. We're going to see what we got. Okay, so we got a lot of membrane, we got a lot of seeds as normal. So we're just going to take our fingers, clean hands of course, and we're going to start to pull the membrane off along with the seeds. My favorite chef is Jacques Pepin. I love to watch him do things. He has so many useful tips. What he says, see, there's a bunch of seeds here. So what he says is you bang this on your hand, and that they're basically all gone now. So that's all clean. Okay, anything and any membrane I can't get with my fingers, I'm going to cut with a knife. So here we are again. So I'm going to start to pull the membrane, and whatever seed, clumps of seeds that I can get with my fingers. There we go. See, and I still got a bunch of seeds in here. So I'm gonna again bang it against my fingers, against my palm. And it's magic. Jack is so clever. He just has the best tips. Okay, so there we go. Now, let's just do that. Now, what I usually like to do, I'm going to cut this in quarters, and what I usually like to do is to try and flatten this out a bit so I can cut it into strips. That's why I'm going to cut it in strips and then cut it into little chunks. So I just kind of lay my knife flat against it, and here I'm able to cut off some of the membrane. Let's see if we can get a little more of this membrane here. Yep. Okay, so we got that one pretty cleaned up. Now let's go to the next one. So I just kind of press down and start to flatten this out. Okay, so then I get more of a flattened, this is easier to cut, I find, for me. So again, just flatten, press down with my knife and go along the sides. And then if I have any membrane that extra membrane I can get off of here, I'll do that. Okay, and one more. Press down. Cut away from yourself, okay? Don't cut at yourself because you might get cut. We don't want that. Okay, oops, there's a little seed. I'll scrape that guy off. Oh, he's stubborn. Okay, we're gonna have to dig him out with our finger. Okay. And let's see if we can get any of that membrane off. Okay, there. Okay. All right, so now I'm just going to cut these into strips. And then I'll just stack the strips up in a pile and cut them into little cubes. The thing I like, about Thai food is that they have like this, let's see, it's sweet, salty, sour, and spicy maybe. I don't know. It's like four different things that all the Thai food dishes have that make it special. And I really like that. Okay, so I'm just going to start with this section here. We're going to cut this up. This makes a big mound of chicken salad. So if you're having a party and you need chicken salad, this would be good. Or you have a big family gathering or your own family, this is great for a crowd. Now I made the dressing separate, and I always make the dressing separate because sometimes, depending on the, a lot of these vegetables here have moisture in them, and depending on how much moisture is in the vegetables, you may not need as much dressing as you made. So you want to mix your stuff together, add some of the dressing, see how it is, and then just keep adding dressing till you get the desired look. You don't want it to look too dry, and you don't want it to look overpowered by the dressing. If you have a bowl of that looks just like the dressing, then that's not going to be good. Okay, getting there. Now I'm one of those people still working on my knife skills, and I keep trying to do what they call the claw, and it doesn't always work for me. But when I'm cutting, I want to be very careful about what I'm doing so I don't hurt myself. But one thing I will tell you that I see a lot of the real chefs talk about is how to hold your knife. So this is a chef's knife, and I have this right by my sink. I use this for everything. I don't use any other knife really. And even though they have a nice handle, a lot of the chefs, they choke up on their knife and they put their thumb and their index finger on the blade here at the top. And I end up doing that myself. Okay, so let's got one more quarter to chop. And then we'll be all done. Okay. Let's see if I can do that claw thing. I don't know if people talk about this very much, but when you're chopping, you don't want to just like a guillotine. You want to move in a forward motion when you're chopping, and that cuts your food rather than smushing your food. Okay, so there's the red pepper. I need to get my little bench scraper here to scoop this all up. Okay, so here we go. That goes in here. I hope this bowl is big enough. This is a lot of ingredients. Well, we will see. Okay. Now, I'm saving a cup of the cashews to just put on top, and I think actually, no, I'm gonna mix the cashews in there. I do like it mixed in all together. Now, all the amounts and everything is in the description box, so you can duplicate this recipe. Let me get a paper towel and wipe this a little bit. Look how colorful that is. I really like the way that looks. Okay, now I'm going to pre-mix this a little bit. Let me see if I have what's a good thing to mix this with. Okay, I'm going to take like a spoon here. I'm going to start to get this mixed together before I put the dressing on. Sometimes if you don't pre-mix it before they put the dressing on, it just kind of ends up in globs. Like all the cabbage in one end and all the peppers in another. So I think it's good to pre-mix all your ingredients before you get the dressing in there. I love the colors in this. That red cabbage along with the red pepper. And we've got, I don't know if I mentioned, we've got green onions in here and flat leaf parsley. All very flavorful ingredients. Nice. Okay. I like to kind of go to the bottom and pull up and kind of almost shake it on the way so that things can get intermingled. That's what we like. We like everything to get mixed up together. We're getting close. And I think this is going to be a very full bowl, but I think we got it. Okay, so that's what it's looking like now. Okay, so now let's take some of the dressing. Okay, so I'm going to take about a third of it. Maybe that's about half of it. And let's start to mix that in. Okay. So today is the first day of spring, and we had a lot of beautiful sunshine here in New York City, but it was cold. It was, when I woke up this morning, I think it was like 48 degrees and very windy, and boy, that wind really hit you. When I went to the office, I had to wear my earmuffs today. Okay, yeah, this can definitely take more dressing. Let me just mix it a little more. I definitely think we could put the rest of this in there. It's always good to check, you know, see how it's going. Now the dressing has ingredients like yogurt, and actually this is kind of a little bit on the lower cal because it's got mostly yogurt and a little bit of light mayonnaise. And it's got lime juice, rice vinegar. What else is in here? Some chili flakes, some salt. I think that's it. Let me look at my recipe. Oh, maple syrup. Yes, it's got maple syrup, a little bit of sugar. So it's got that salty, sweet, spicy, all together in one place. Yeah, it's definitely, oh, wow. That's got a kick. You know, but remember when you're making your dressing, oh, I need a little sip of water. It's making my mouth drool. Okay, when you're making your dressing, you got to remember how much stuff are you putting it on top of, you know? So for all these ingredients, if it tastes too salty or too spicy just in the dressing bowl, then it might be perfect when you put it on this large amount of salad ingredients. Now, of course, you can serve this on top of your favorite lettuce as a salad. You can put this on a sandwich. I'm going to be making something in the next video using this chicken salad, so be sure that you stay tuned for that. Okay. Here we go. Okay, there is our Thai chicken salad. And of course we can take a couple of these. Now if you wanted to put some chopped nuts just sprinkled on top, I just left some whole. And there we go. So our Thai chicken salad. Yum, I can't wait to use this. So thanks for watching. Check the next video. You take care, and I will see you soon.